What's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review, and today it's another Marvel one from our big marathon. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. This movie was released in 2014, I think it was. And it was the second Captain America movie, the second actually mainline Captain America spin-off piece that we actually watched. Though, again, you want to go about the order that we watched these in, you can ping Jeffofthemellows or ask LikunMiffery, I guess. I have no clue why we watched this one when we did. But I'm just along for the ride, and you're getting to see the reviews of it anyway, so don't complain too much. But let's jump into the review. Got a lot to talk about with this movie. First off, it's called Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So why does it not take place in the winter? I mean, it's not even close. You couldn't have at least made it take place in the winter. It does not seem that hard to make it take place in the winter. Snow effects, everything, cold effects, could have been done easily, but you just didn't. Don't call him the Winter Soldier if it's not in the winter. That was so annoying to me. But on a more serious note, I mean, this is one of the more serious and darker movies that we have watched in the Marvel marathon up until this point. There's a lot of, there were not really a lot of funny moments in this movie. It was more just serious combat and stuff, and that's how it kind of feels like to me with these Captain America movies, that they are actually the more darker versions of the movies, because he comes from a product of World War II and everything that went on with that. So maybe that's why. I don't know. We watched a couple of them to this point, so maybe not. Maybe that's how it not really is. But what it kind of seemed like from this movie, and also going back into the first one that we watched for Captain America as well. So, but maybe, who knows how that will go. But there was a saving grace in this movie for funny one-liners and everything. And that was, of course, Nick Fury. Nick Fury is, without a doubt, my favorite MCU character. So, of course, he had to die. The funniest guy, the most badass guy in the game, the movies. Of course, he had to die. But not really. He didn't really die. I knew he wasn't going to die, guys, okay? It's Nick Fury. He's in the Lego game. He can't die. You cannot die if you're in the Lego game, okay? You just can't. But yeah, he's my favorite character. I mean, he does so much badass stuff in this movie. And he takes on a more prevalent role than I thought he was going to take on. Which I think is a good thing. Because he doesn't have, like, his own special powers or anything, though he does have, like, special technology, and he's very, very smart, which really adds a lot to his character and whatnot in the movies. So that's cool. I wish he was in more of the movies. Maybe he will be. I don't even watch many past this point, but so we'll have to see. But it was cool to see him. Speaking of Nick Fury, his car chase scene is amazing. I think that was really cool. It caught me off guard because they really don't, because they start attacking Nick Fury. It takes a long time for the movie to tell us why everybody turned on Nick Fury and Captain America and everybody, why that actually happened. It's kind of hinted at, and but it takes a long time, so people start piecing their own stuff together. And then it's kind of just dropped, oh, this is why this happened. So the car chase scene specifically caught me off guard because of the fact that I had no clue why they were doing this. And it just seemed kind of unnecessary. But turned it into a pretty badass scene, I thought. And it was pretty funny. Pretty fun to look at, so. The movie does lead us to believe that the enemy is, like, the premise of the enemy itself, which is like everybody that used to work for McFury and like the government and whatnot. And the premise is off of like suspicion that he's hiding like some documents or whatnot and some personal information that he shouldn't be holding. But then it turns out that that's not the main enemy and that's not the reason. Kind of misleading there, but you know, it works out in the end. There was a lot more political jabs in this movie, as to be expected. It's kind of a Marvel staple to this point. I don't know why that's why it's so well liked. I don't think so, but maybe. But yeah, you can expect more of those. The Captain America's side guy is cool, with the wings and whatnot. I think it's cool. It doesn't really fit. I can't really say he'd work good as his own hero, because he doesn't really, outside of the wings, he doesn't really have that much different abilities that would kind of separate him. But as a guy to like fill in during like a lot of, with some other bigger characters with more new unique powers and whatnot. Now that's not to say that Captain America has the most unique powers. He just has super strength and a shield. So there you go. But it's still cool to see that. And I think he worked really well. I was kind of surprised with that. I didn't think he worked that good, but he did. I liked it. I did like also the tie back to the first Captain America, with the Winter Soldier. By the way, it took fucking forever to reveal who the actual Winter Soldier is. I thought for the longest time that was going to be Captain America in the winter, because he's actually like a soldier and whatnot. You know, great job leading us in that direction. But it was cool that the Winter Soldier was the guy who we thought died in the first Captain America movie, and we realized that he didn't die, and you know, get a whole premise of that. It's really nice that it ties those two movies together and kind of adds a little bit of extra shock and suspicion to it. I thought it was really, really good. So, and as far as him as an enemy, I mean, he's a pretty good enemy, I think. A little OP, I think, but you know, he's it's cool for a psychological effect as well on Captain America and everything like that. So I think he works out good as an enemy. So that's going to do it for my review. My final score for Captain America, the Winter Soldier, I'm going to have to give this one a 7 out of 10. I didn't think it was the greatest movie in the world, but it definitely looked good. It was a decent movie, I thought. Wasn't anything spectacular, but it definitely was not a bad watch. So, but if you've ever seen Captain America, the Winter Soldier, I'd like to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Is there anything I missed? Anything that I should have known or should know now that I missed to talk about? But otherwise, that's going to do it for this video. Stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more movie reviews and other awesome stuff. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.